The divine high ranges of Western Ghats on the east, the Arabian Sea on the west, emerald paddy fields, virgin forests, beautiful backwaters, and dozens of beaches, which makes Kerala nature's finest creation and truly God's own country. Human actions have caused alteration to Kerala topography, and this has exaggerated the consequences of the usually heavy rains. The accumulated man-made factors responsible for this is mainly consumption. In relation to the ecological damages, we see that Kerala consumes too much. A recent IISc study suggests that between 1973 and 2016, Kerala has lost about 900,000 hectares of forest land. At the center of this consumption is luxury housing and commercial holiday resorts in sensitive areas. Structures much larger than necessary cover the soil with concrete, heightening the rainwater runoff, and through their weight increases soil erosion. Houses here have historically been built with sand mined from rivers. Once this source got exhausted, river sand has been replaced by manufactured sand, which is a byproduct of quarrying. Large scale quarrying has meant looping off the top of hills and allowing water to seep into them, making them unstable. This is hardly a rational use of scarce resources such as land, especially when it has known to have catastrophic consequences. Due to all these factors, the soil has lost its basic texture and water retention capacity, and this has led to the increasing landslide occurrences in the state. Kerala has the highest number of endangered species of plants and animals as well. If we carry on with development with no regards to the environment, due to the varying flood and drought condition, there won't be any water left in the state for the survival of these species and our future generations. Due to the increasing average temperatures across the state, the drying up of coconut trees are a new occurrence in Kerala. So, what is climate? Well, climate is the long-term average of temperature, pressure and precipitation of a region. Climate of a region determines what can grow in a place. The factors that affect the climate of a place are the distance from the sea, the ocean currents, direction of winds, topography, distance from equator, and anthropogenic factors which are man-made, such as burning of fossil fuels. Still wondering why we should act against climate change right now? Well, the following video will make it clear to you.
Ding 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 ding
Confused how this video is related to climate change? Well, I'll tell you why. Just like the artwork which falls apart with a small disturbance, our climate is also very vulnerable. There are processes in nature which can accelerate a very small change and amplify it to a very large scale. Next, I'm going to talk about certain processes which are called positive feedback cycles. There are many positive feedback loops in nature. Today, I am going to talk about a feedback loop that happens mainly in the Arctic that can affect the global temperature. The polar region, as we all know, are covered with ice. As ice is in white color, it reflects back the solar radiation and keeps the surface cool. As you can see in the figure, when the global temperature increases, the polar ice caps melts. This causes less sea ice, which causes more solar radiation to be absorbed by the darker sea surfaces. This in turn causes more heating, thereby accelerating this process in each cycle and ultimately accelerating the increase in global temperature substantially. If we don't go in a sustainable pathway by reducing our fossil fuel consumption and carbon emissions, then these feedback loops like the ice albedo effect will lead our planet to a tipping point, after which there is no coming back. So the time to act is now. So what can we as students do in this fight? Conserving energy and resources in our day-to-day life and things like turning off electrical appliances when not in use, using a bicycle instead of a car, and not wasting water can help us in this fight very much. Convincing the people around you to save energy and forcing your parents to switch to electric cars and making your home solar powered is very useful. We can all take part in conservational activities in our communities, like working with student groups to make changes in your communities by planting trees can help us a lot in this fight against the climate change. Altogether, Kerala's much acclaimed developmental trajectory is unsustainable as demonstrated during the recent floods and needs a change. The needed change is radical, and the reality is that its past cannot be a guide to its future. This past has been one of human development, but Kerala society as a whole now needs to reorient its relationship with nature. While going forward, a path breaking environmental movement is needed in Kerala society that includes me and you. Then only we can do justice with the tag Goats on Country.